Hi everyone, beautiful sunny day today. Oh, had a good night's sleep last night. Well, actually, I kind of tossed and turned a bit, to be honest with you. Because, as I said to you, I'm going to try to share with you spontaneous things that happen to me as I'm going through this writing process, acting process, filmmaking process, and so on. Things that hit me that may, in fact, give some insight, really strong insight into really what you might be able to expect by getting involved in this industry. It's a very collaborative industry, and it makes it very much fun. By the way, I've got Bowie playing in the background today, my favorite. Sorry to see that he's gone. Always look forward to some new stuff from him. I guess everything comes and goes, right? But anyways, I'll again listen to this, and if I think it's too loud, I'll keep it down for the next one. I just like that music in the background. So, look, every week, Thursday night, last night, at 6 o'clock, I go down to the community center here in Toronto. It's the 519 Church Center down at on Church Avenue here in the gay community in Toronto. But it's not just gay. I mean, it's a community that help people in trouble. And I volunteer my time down there because, quite frankly, acting can be very therapeutic, right? It creates worlds for people, gives them a little more, maybe a little more confidence in their helping them in their day-to-day. So I sit down there for 2 hours, and the idea is, it's called Actors Jam. The idea is that people with a piece they want to work on, or maybe they got an audition, union or non-union, doesn't matter. They want to come in and they want to do really well at it, you know? And they've got nobody they can turn to. I mean, Christ, acting coaches are $100 an hour or more, and even acting classes now are $300, $400, $500 for 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, it's not really the best of circumstances, which puts a lot of the acting opportunities out of the reach of a lot of people. So anyway, I go down there. Sometimes nobody shows up, which is kind of embarrassing. But on the other hand, well, not embarrassing. It's just, I sometimes think it's a waste of time, and then I say, no. This is something that I feel good about doing, so I'm going to do it regardless. So anyway, I'm down there last night, and the two regulars are there. And I walk in, and we started chatting. And then one person came down last night, but it was extremely exhilarating to have her there. Her name was Michelle. She was a Latino, maybe about 23, 24 years of age. And she seemed so shy, you know. So we started chatting with her and asking her what she came down to talk about. And she was really holding back and saying that I've been here many times before in the building, and she said, I heard people talking about acting as I walked by the door. So tonight I decided I was going to come down and walk in to find out what it's all about. So it took a lot of courage for her to come in. So we chatted, and as we chatted, and as I was asking her what she wanted to know about acting and how she maybe wanted to fit into the world, it just became so evident to me that for someone in Michelle's world, it's an almost impossible task. She doesn't have money. She's got some, I'm assuming, personal or family troubles, or she wouldn't be at 519. You know, so you begin to wonder, you know, who does the acting industry, the film industry, really cater to? And more, it's just become a huge industry for a lot of people, I think, to make a lot of money off of you know, young men and women who really can't afford it. But they think by maybe laying the money on the table, they'll somehow become an actor, and whether it be for just the sake of acting, or whether it be that they want to maybe have some celebrity in their life, which is not maybe been anything more than a dream for them, then you know, I can't envision, up to last night anyways, I couldn't envision any system that may be able to help them. So I started thinking about Steemit, and I thought, how can we get these people to add content to the to our community? And and as I'm talking, my brain is a clicky clacky, and I'm which I have a tendency to do, by the way. So and suddenly epiphanies here and the little things here and whatnot, and anything short of getting up and dancing, I say, oh, I'm going to say this and see what answers I get. So basically, I just asked her, why she was in acting, and then we started talking about a specific piece, and I tried to give her some insight and how to maybe approach a piece, and then there was another woman there, and it was a 2-woman piece up from the film Grand Canyon, which I hate doing. I really hate doing. I hate giving new actors sides from movies, because you take first of all, if you got a side from a movie, that will tell you that, oh, that was really something hot in that movie, and that's the memorable scene and whatnot. And you know something? You are never going to put your stamp on that. That's going to have whoever did it the first time stamp on it, bar none. Simple as that. I could never do anything, nor would I want to even try to do anything that Nicholson's done, because I'd look like an asshole, okay? I mean, I just couldn't do it. I'm not anywhere near at his level. So, having said that, I think it's important that we give them something original so they can put their own signature on that part. So last night I had this little epiphany and said, well, why the hell don't I write a couple of 3 or 4 page scenes that may be part of a movie script I've written or whatever, or not. Maybe I'll just do it ad hoc, and give it to them and say, make it your own, and see how that makes a difference, as opposed to giving them a movie scene and then they go home and they look at the movie first thing and they try to do it exactly like the star in that movie did it. So that was the one epiphany I had. So I'm going to try that. I'll let you know how that works out, but I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try that pretty quickly, maybe even next week. And then I said, well, have you done anything? And she said, well, I did speak to people once. She works at, I maybe shouldn't say where she works. Anyways, she works at a retail outlet in Toronto. And every weekend she gets up with her other workers, and they have to do a presentation on an item in their store. Its benefits, maybe its lack of benefits, I don't know, and how to approach it with the group. So she finds it's a little nervous, and she wants maybe to get some help at standing up in front of people, performing to do this particular monologue. So we said, well, okay, so let's do this. Let's cold read a piece. And we did. And she read it with one of the other women in the class. I got to tell you something. I was friggin' blown away. She just had a way about her that rotted my socks. I mean, it was like, holy crikey. First time, and she's like, the beats, it was a natural thing for her. I said, oh, it's got to be an accident. So I said, okay. So I tripped her up, and I said, well, you're doing this in a happy way, both of them. I said, so let's take it another way. Let's pull it down. Let's pull it back. Let's make it that there's friction between the two of you. That's the conflict. That's what's going to make it rich. So I said, don't worry if words don't quite fit into that, but give that a try. Jesus, she did it again, and she did it exceptionally well. In fact, she had a better understanding after 2 reads of that scene, which she had never seen before, than the woman she was doing it with, who has probably read it 4 or 5 or 6 times more. So, I just couldn't let her get away, because she was so tickled when I told her that, you have some promise, and whether you're going to do it for your own liking, just to be able to be better prepared to give your presentations on Saturday in the store, or whether it's something you just want to make a part of your life. Maybe it'll blossom into something, maybe it won't, but how can I help you? And she popped up right away and said, well, can I bring in a monologue next week and learn that monologue? I'll be off book. She said, I'll learn it, I'll memorize it, and then you can maybe help. Geez, Michelle, excellent idea. Just an excellent idea. And I said, why don't we do this as well? Why don't you take that scene that you were reading now and commit that to memory? And we'll do that in an actual scene setting as if it was an audition. The reason I wanted to do that to you, people choose, or do that for her, people choose monologues because it's easy to hide behind a monologue. You're in control. Nobody's going to interrupt you. It's a monologue. Boom, 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 boom. And, you know, some people find solace in that. They're afraid to let go of control, which you have to do when you're an actor, right? So I said, this would be good because in an audition, you're going to deliver your lines, and of course the reader's going to deliver the other side's lines. And in an acting workshop, they're going to deliver the other side lines the way they see them, so you're never going to know what they're going to do. So it's a little bit more training. I'd like to see how she operates under that type of pressure. So I'm really excited about going back to that class next Thursday night. And through that discussion, you know, I came up with a couple of real, how should I put it, anomalies that I see in the industry that's probably been the same for I don't know how long. And I might have come up with an interesting decentralized system on how to deal with this. And I'm going to think about it, write about it, I'll talk to you about it, and I'll give you just the germ of that idea now. Just tell the agents to piss off. You don't need one. Don't worry about the casting directors at this point at all. And don't worry about impressing other people in terms of sending your work out here and sending your work out there. The idea would be, since one of the things an actor does when he ends up getting into a class is he meets a lot of great guys and gals. I mean, it's unbelievable. And those guys and gals have friends, and they're all trying to get together to somehow, maybe individually, not often collectively, but maybe individually, try to do something that they can be worthy of. Well, I just thought, well, why pay these acting teachers or coaches $400 a month? Why don't just 3 or 4 actors get together and put $100 a month into a pool? Try to put together in that ensemble, you know, a DOP, a director of photography. You usually have their own camera. Maybe somebody who's into lighting, maybe somebody who's into sound, maybe somebody who wants to be a producer, somebody who wants to be a director, and of course the actors. And try to start, and a screenwriter, and try to start doing original pieces. And do them in such a way over a 4-month period that the piece, when it's done, is so professional looking, proper sound and whatnot, that you can take clips from that, put them on your YouTube channel, and just keep doing that, maybe 1 a month, until you've got 4 or 5 or 6 good pieces for a potential reel on that channel. In other words, your YouTube channel comes to your reel. Your YouTube channel becomes your reel. And then what you've done when you're out there is all you do is you send a link to a casting director and say, here's my work. Problem with the system right now is to get an agent to get your door in their door, you got to have some work, or to be able to prove them some work, which means you don't have any, so you're probably not going to get in, all right? And this is a way to completely circumvent your agent and at least get your foot in the door with a casting director. This as a model might even be able to be worked through using Steemit as the base. I'm thinking about that now, and a couple of other things as well. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'm sorry. God, I talked a lot, don't I? 14 minutes and 43, 44, 45, 46 seconds. I just love my face in front of the camera. What can I say? Okay, look, that's it. I'm going to sign off. I'm hesitant to because I'm looking at myself on the screen, which I don't usually like to do. And I see, wow, a big fat face behind a beard. See you next time. Bye-bye.